Welcome back to True Crime. In today's episode, we explore the shocking case of Andrei Chikatilo, a man who became one of the most notorious serial killers in history, earning the chilling nickname the Rostov Ripper. Born in Soviet Ukraine in 1936, Chikatilo grew up during a time of severe famine, political unrest, and hardship. His early life was shaped by extreme poverty and a troubled family background, leaving lasting psychological scars. Throughout his childhood and adolescence, Chikatilo struggled with isolation, personal insecurities, and social difficulties, which later played a significant role in shaping his criminal behavior. Chikatilo began his string of murders in 1978, targeting vulnerable women, children, and adolescents across the Soviet Union, particularly in the Rostov region. His crimes were not just acts of violence. They were driven by deep-seated issues that caused him to act in disturbingly brutal ways. Chikatilo would typically lure his victims into remote, isolated areas, where he would then carry out his attacks. His actions often involved methods that went beyond murder, reflecting a troubled mind and a need for control that manifested through harm. Despite the nature of his crimes, Chikatilo managed to avoid capture for several years. His ability to blend in with society, working various jobs and living a seemingly ordinary life as a father and husband, allowed him to go undetected. Even when he was arrested in 1984 for suspicious behavior, he was released due to a lack of concrete evidence and procedural mistakes. This allowed him to continue his spree, leaving authorities baffled and the public increasingly fearful. Law enforcement struggled to identify and apprehend Chikatilo, partly due to a lack of experience dealing with such crimes, and partly due to systemic challenges within the Soviet justice system. Investigators worked tirelessly, but the absence of modern forensic techniques and the reluctance to acknowledge the existence of a serial killer slowed the investigation significantly. In the meantime, Chikatilo's crimes continued, with more women and children falling victim to his violent acts. Finally, in 1990, Chikatilo was arrested after a surveillance team noticed his suspicious behavior near a train station, one of his common hunting grounds. Following his arrest, a lengthy and intense interrogation process ensued, during which Chikatilo eventually confessed to the murders. He provided investigators with shocking details about his actions and motivations, leaving no doubt about the extent of his crimes. Chikatilo's trial in 1992 became a major public event, drawing significant media attention. Throughout the proceedings, Chikatilo exhibited erratic behavior, possibly in an attempt to claim insanity as his defense. However, psychological evaluations determined that, despite his mental instability, he was fully aware of his actions and was competent to stand trial. The court found him guilty of 52 murders, and he was sentenced to death for his crimes. On February 14, 1994, Andrei Chikatilo was executed, bringing an end to a criminal career that had spanned more than a decade. His case remains one of the most disturbing examples of serial murder, not only because of the sheer number of victims, but also because of the way he evaded justice for so long. The story of Andrei Chikatilo serves as a reminder of the importance of diligence in law enforcement and the dangers that can arise when individuals like him slip through the cracks of the system. Despite his execution, the legacy of Chikatilo's crimes continues to haunt the regions he terrorized. His actions left a lasting impact on families and communities, while also serving as a dark chapter in the history of criminal investigation. The case of the Rostov Ripper is both a cautionary tale and a stark reminder of the evil that can hide behind ordinary appearances.